Tucker Carlson hasn't actually been fired. He's still an employee of the Fox News channel. What happened was Suzanne Scott called him, she's the CEO, on Monday morning and said he was not going to be allowed to do any more shows. And now they're going to have to negotiate an exit.
So you confused yet? I wouldn't blame you if you are. This story continues to shift every day, and today's path is an entirely different direction, and no one saw it coming in actuality. You see here, Breitbart. Disarray consumes Fox News as Murdoch's attempt to reassert control with Carlson, Bongino, ousters. Boy, that's a big title with a whole lot of information behind it. That's what we're going to be covering here today. Before we do, if you haven't subscribed to Lisa yet, take just a few seconds to do that. It's easy. As a click, make sure your bell is checked so you're alerted to upcoming broadcasts. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just take a few seconds to do that. But today we have something special for you, and it's free. Now, I don't know if you know, but Lisa and I have embarked on a whole nother journey called We'reForkedUp.com, where we go out and, well, we share our experiences with you, normally centered around food or entertainment in some way, shape, or form. Here's a quick preview of what we're doing.
You lasted through 11 o'clock without eating?
Yeah, this is a miracle.
Are you okay?
I think I might have a fever.
Here, hold on.
We're gonna go get a big old Bloody Mary, probably one of the biggest Bloody Marys you have ever seen. You guys are gonna love this. And it's my favorite spot.
I hope y'all don't mind if I get a little loose.
And beautifully fabulous.
Let's go. Can't nobody hold us down. Can't nobody take my crown. My mic, my light, my sound. What you talking about?
Let's get some shots. They have my breakfast shot, except for there's no bacon. Why would I do it?
One of y'all stop me, or not me, or rock me. Just sit back and love me, drop me.
You're probably gonna take something. That big extravaganza.
We are heading to Favorite Bistro here in Las Vegas. What a great name for a restaurant, but it is at this restaurant that you guys are going to see one of the most amazing Bloody Marys on the planet, and I can't wait to show you. Come on in with me.
Can't nobody take my crown. My mic, my light, my sound. What you talking about? I run this town. Invincible like Rocket. Can't name none of one of y'all stop me. Or not me, or rock me. Just sit back and love me, chop me. Ain't nothing this rap night on the mic. Copper one.
Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that sub button, or better yet, go to We'reForkedUp.com and subscribe.
I'll also put a link to our most recent video. You can go ahead and subscribe here on YouTube, or coming tomorrow, that clip you just saw, that broadcast will be airing in its entirety. So again, if you want something for free and you want to smile, that's why we created it. That's our thank you to you for all the support you've shown us, and we certainly hope you love it. But now let's get back to this broadcast. That Breitbart News article, again exclusive, disarray consumes Fox News as the Murdoch's attempt to, well, what are they attempting to do? Carlson's current contract runs through December of 2024, so Megyn Kelly was saying the truth. And as of now, 3 sources familiar with the matter told Breitbart News that executives at the network are trying to keep Carlson on contract and not releasing him until after the 2024 election. Now, isn't that interesting? Wonder why they would be doing that. Well, we'll explore a little bit more. I'm sure many of you know Dan Bongino also has parted ways with Fox News. 2 things are clear. Now, the insiders of Fox News won't speak out loud. They fear the Murdochs. They don't want to lose their jobs. But Breitbart has gone in. 2 things are clear from speaking to people who actually know what's happening on the inside. First, the official narrative from the network is untrue. Second, and perhaps most importantly, many of the leaks and speculation has poured out in the past couple days since the bombshell news of Carlson's show getting canceled was announced are also simply untrue. A whole lot of lies around this. Take out your biggest anchor, that's what's going to happen, right? Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. The Fox News statement on Carlson read, "We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. We thank Dan for his contributions and wish him success in his future endeavors." And so the statements read. But these 2 Murdochs seem to have something else up their sleeve, because why would you put your network, who just settles a lawsuit with Dominion, who needs now money to repay that lawsuit, granted they have more money than they probably need, and then take this ranking hit immediately. Fox News viewership at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tucker's finale, 2.65 million. As of Wednesday, 1.33 million. They tore the guts right out of the network. As of right now, however, the Murdochs state the plan remains the same. Pay out Carlson's contract and keep him on the sidelines through the 2024 elections. One source close to Fox News senior executives told Breitbart News they knew they would be taking a beating for this. But everyone, and I mean everyone, is pretty rattled. They weren't expecting the blowback to be this bad. When you shifted your network to be primarily conservative, you take off the top conservative and are surprised that the blowback is this bad. That's shocking. Hate to say it, but it's clear the Ruperts have lost a step or two, you think? So the replacement, Brian Kilmeade, gets demolished by MSNBC. Boy, that's not only a slight loss, that's a major debacle. But I digress for a moment. A third source close to Carlson also said it, noting that the Murdochs may end up trying to hold Carlson in his contract through the next presidential election to effectively silence him and keep him from becoming serious competition to them, whatever he ends up doing. Is that the truth? Are they simply trying to hold him through his contract so he won't be competition? Knowing that with the 2024 election, many conservatives will be looking towards Tucker's opinion on what's happening. I guess that's one direction you can take it. But you know, Trump did this all. Because if he wasn't running for re-election, none of this would be going on, in my humble opinion. Why would they be worried about, well, Carlson getting such high rankings? I mean, Trump and Carlson sometimes are friends and sometimes aren't, depending on which article you read. Carlson's first show was less than a week after Donald Trump's shocking victory in the 2016 presidential election. And having someone more ideologically aligned with Trump in prime time, though Carlson did regularly disagree with Trump, even though they shared skepticisms of many powers that be, helped the network that had tried just a year earlier to destroy Trump's 2016 campaign rehabilitate its image with the right. Now, that's an interesting statement. So in 2016, the network had tried just a year earlier to destroy the Trump 2016 campaign rehabilitation. But in a second, you'll see they declare this has nothing to do with politics. So we go post-2020 when Fox was absolutely hurting. There was a shift to the right by Fox to cover their flank, one former Fox News staffer told Breitbart News. Why they brought in Bongino. They gave Jess a 7 p.m. time slot. They gave Tucker to do the Fox Nation show. They replaced Shannon Bream's 11 p.m. show with Greg Gutfield's show. They generally became more conservative as a network and hence became extremely successful. It's amazing how that works. But everything changed with the Dominion settlement, when Fox News settled for nearly $800 million with the company. The staggering sum of the settlement and the amount of the other suits barreling down the pike against Fox News from Smartmatic and the former producer, Abby Grossberg, the Murdochs were rattled. So what did they do? Interesting. Just like their first day in prison, I guess, they found the two biggest bullies in the yard, and they made sure they sent a message that if this happens again, or anyone steps out of line, because ultimately Fox did little to control what Carlson was stating. And rightfully so, he's a journalist. He should have the right to free speech, but that's a long since lost great thought out there. So he said what he wanted to say. And of course, the Murdochs are unhappy when they reap the repercussions of something said, but they love it when they reap the financial rewards of what he said. And now we're just supposed to say, we're going to change everything. Anyone who challenges their vision or direction of the company, even though Dan Bongino, Tucker Carlson aided to their growth, you guys are now out. Bongino appeared to come to an agreement a week before his renewal. Honestly, he felt bad, his source said. The Fox News settlement with Dominion happened, and promptly thereafter, they changed their mind and said, Dan, we're done. They were picking on the two big bullies in the yard because, according to the source, Bongino and Carlson, one source said, were considered the two most likely to say F you to management. A network insider said, adding that Bongino gave 0 Fs and Tucker gave even less care. They weren't afraid of the Murdochs. Rightfully so. Nobody should be afraid of anyone when you're simply trying to report. Every network source that Breitbart News spoke to made clear that they did not think this is an effort by Fox News management or the Murdoch family to try to stop Trump in the 2024 GOP primary or Carlson's Christianity. I want you to let that sink in for a minute when they've already declared that's exactly what they did prior to the 2016 election. But now they're stating it's something entirely different, and we're simply supposed to take that. You see, it's always been about Trump. It always will be about Trump. You're fired, Carlson. All due to Trump. Well, of course, not directly, and I know you guys knew that from the very beginning, but in an indirect manner by the Murdochs running into 2024. I'm going to let Megan give some closing thoughts.
And Fox News is banking on its audience not leaving it, on its audience being more in love with the Fox News brand than they were with Tucker. And we'll see. We'll see whether or not that's true. But I just think the way they handled it was disrespectful and gross.
Because, Megan, it was meant to send a message. Now, if that message is effective or not will depend on now contract negotiations. But I think we really need to get to the whole heart of the matter. Some saying it was Dominion, some saying Smartmatic. Well, I hope now you see the much bigger picture of exactly why it happened. The Murdochs wanted to seize back control of the network. They picked on the two big tough guys in the yard, being Bongino and being Carlson. Who knows who will be next? But nonetheless, we will continue to cover it for you. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justice Knight, on behalf of Lisa Haven, signing out.